Cool. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to OCR Talkback, OCR's weekly web show. I'm your host, DarkeSword, and tonight we have with us Flexstyle, Arrow's here, and for the first time ever on OCR Talkback, SnappleMan is here. Yay! Woo! What's up, Snap? Snapple.
Chillin', what's up?
Are you on the time delay?
Yo, what's up?
I'm good, man.
I've got some shitty-ass Time Warner, so, you know.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's see.
Cool. Okay.
You can hear my voice. Okay. All right.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're good. So the way OCR Talkback works is you guys out there watching, tweet your questions with hashtag OCR Talkback, and we will try to answer them to the best of our ability. Talk about, video games and video game music, and if you have any questions specifically for SnappleMan, now's the time to ask. So, yeah, because you're just, it's the first time you're here on Talkback. Yeah. All right. So, let's get started like we always do with the weekly question. What are you guys listening to this week? What VGM are you guys listening to? Anything good?
VGM? Nothing in particular. But I've been listening to that One Piece opening for the past few days.
The One Piece opening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That first one.
Oh.
It's fucking crazy, man. Have you heard that song?
No, I never got into One Piece.
Totally 1998.
Wait, the original one?
Yeah.
The We Are on the Cruise one, if I remember correctly?
Yeah. That's a great fucking song, man. Tons of energy, It's got the brass section. It's a great song. There's no way around it.
Yeah. I will check it out.
I'll get into the anime, but
yeah,
please do.
Anything else?
Ooh, SIXTO. Of course he can't.
No, he's not going to show up.
As far as game tunes?
Yeah.
No, it's not. As far as game tunes, I've been listening to the, what's it called, Alundra soundtrack. Been listening to that a lot this week.
Alundra, huh? Okay.
Really good. Yeah. Great soundtrack.
Nice.
And that's about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jarrell, what about you, man?
I'm playing Mega Man Zero right now, so I'm listening to a lot of that because of it. I'd never played the Zero games before.
Wow.
Which is funny because I've owned the Zero collection on 3DS, or on DS technically, for years.
Yeah.
But just never sat down to play it. So I've started it, and as you can expect, it's kicking my ass.
It's a hard game, right?
It is. I actually, the second level had the first actual boss you fight, and I beat that boss with one energy left.
One little bar.
It was so crazy.
Yeah, that's a hard game. It's a hard game to play. Yeah. But it's a good series.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Really strong storyline, too. Especially when you get into, the third game. It's crazy. It's fantastic. And the soundtracks are awesome.
Near the end of the first game, I got to the first of the last stages, and I stopped playing it for a while because I had some stuff to do, and I never got back into it. So I'm waiting to. Yeah, I'm waiting to jump back in pretty soon.
Yeah, you gotta.
On the DS collection too. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get back into it. The later games in that series are really, really good. The first game is really hard, and then they kind of tapered off the difficulty a little bit to make it more manageable as the series progressed. So it's not easy, but it's still it's still challenging, but it's not oh my god, this game is kicking my ass, the first one is. The first one is very unforgiving.
Yeah.
But
it's not that hard. I mean.
Well, once you get used to it,
Yeah. That's a pretty good way to put it, but. Yeah.
Flex, what are you listening to, man?
I guess my main VGM-related thing I've been listening to lately is the Year of the Yoshi album released on Game Chops by Kevin Vallejo and crew.
Oh, okay.
Some really, really sweet beats there. Features some OCR alumni like the Gmia, Mega Ran, Ben Briggs.
Right.
It's a Kevin Vallejo and DJ Cutman masterminded album, so
right on.
Pretty solid stuff. And then I've been listening to some chiptune stuff lately, and little bit of Mass Effect soundtrack as well.
Oh, nice.
So was rocking that during my LAN party that I tuned in for last week.
I like Mass Effect, because Mass Effect's got that like kind of 80s sci-fi sound to it, you know?
Yeah, it's got all the, you know, the deep synth stuff and still
exactly.
orchestral stuff to it. And of course, you know, OCR alumni Big Giant Circles helped out on the second game.
Yeah,
so
definitely. It's really good.
Good stuff there. So that's kind of
what am I listening to? I'm listening to I've been playing Mario Kart 8 this week. That's a great soundtrack. Really digging that game.
I need to get a freaking Wii U.
Yeah, gotta get it. Gotta get one. It's a killer app, man. It's a system seller. Gotta do it.
I know. Well, that's what I've been waiting for in order to actually buy one.
Mario Kart 8, man. That's the way to do it.
It's funny though that like I want to buy it, and I've been a Mario Kart fan forever, but the entire reason I want to get it, like the reason this is a system seller for me, because of that stupid Luigi's Death Stare meme. It's great. It's so amazing.
It's so great.
You're like being stuck with a Wii U, though.
Yeah. It's not that bad. Come on. You know, there's good games on it.
Kind of. Well, it's kind of. Yeah. I mean, there's Wonderful 101, but that's about it so far.
Yeah. Hey, Abados is here.
Hey, Kenneth.
Hello.
Oh, that's Abados.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Not much. You?
Chilling.
Ken, what are you listening to this week?
It might take me a moment.
Okay. While you think about that, I'm going to continue my answer.
That's fine.
What else am I listening to? I've been playing a lot of Watch Dogs. I got that game, Watch Dogs. Pretty good, but it's all like licensed music, so I was kind of disappointed. There's some like original tunes in it, like when you're stealing cars and stuff, and you know, during some of the missions, there's some original tunes, which are pretty good. You know, a lot of high octane stuff gets you in, like, you know, driving. It's very much a driving game. And then I've also, like, this week I've been listening a lot to the Kamen Rider Gaim soundtrack, which isn't actually like a game soundtrack, but it's very much like a game soundtrack. It's kind of like a combination of like Mega Man X and Mario Kart and like the first soundtrack to the Naruto anime. Yeah. So it's got a lot of like the you know, like that stuff in there.
It's a great combination.
It's amazing. No, I was listening to it in the car like when I'm driving home today from work, and I was like, this is fantastic. You know, and I love the show, but like the soundtrack is just.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you hook me up with that.
I'm gonna hook you up with it. I'll hook you up with it. It's fantastic.
It really is.
All the shit that I like condensed into one soundtrack.
Yeah. So the Kamen Rider Gaim soundtrack is what I've been like jamming to lately. It's so good. That's all I got. So Ken, did you think of anything?
Yeah, I was really digging the Zelda Epic mix.
Oh, so, from Carbohydrate.
Yeah. So I guess I'll count that.
Right on, man. That's unsealed by Carbohydrate. It's
a couple years old.
It's freaking awesome. It's fantastic.
So what is it with these awesome guitar-driven giant songs lately? First, there was the Family Jewels 7X one, which you might have seen. Now we got Carbohydrate with that OCR mix post. Like, it's really good stuff lately.
I don't know, man. I'm not complaining.
DoD song, wasn't it?
What's that?
The CHM song. That was a DoD song from a year ago, right?
Yeah. But I think he re-engineered it.
Yeah.
It's actually from like 9 years ago. Yeah,
that's what
2005, Dwelling of Duels.
I haven't heard it.
Yeah, and this is like the he did a re-engineered version.
2005 was 9 years ago. Holy.
Yes.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Bunch of old men. We're all old men.
Yeah, I know. We're all getting up there.
I'm not that old.
How old are you?
23.
Oh God.
You're a baby.
This guy's a baby.
Yeah. Oh man.
Hey guys, I'm not that old.
I'm an adult. Really, I am. I promise.
You can't even rent a car. Come on.
I can. It just costs extra. Seriously, I've had to do it twice before.
I know. It's awful, isn't it? Oh man.
Thankfully, my work paid for that, so you know.
Yeah. Cool. So let's get into some questions from the Twitter. let's see. So a couple days ago, Carl Servian asked, where can I play the original Super Nintendo Final Fantasy VI? The only ones I've found are ports and Japanese versions. And also, or do you by any chance recommend the ports to consoles like GBA? I haven't played any of the ports. I just emulated the SNES version like years ago. Anybody got any opinions on like the best version of Final Fantasy VI to be playing?
I think those ports came to like iOS too, but yeah, like if you can don't do that. Like if you can get the Super Nintendo version, play the original.
Yeah.
If at all possible.
There was a PlayStation version, wasn't there? That had like animated cutscenes.
There was, and it was pretty much the same, but it had
loading in it though.
Yeah,
horrible loading times.
In battle loading, which on a Super Nintendo game, that's kind of weird,
Yeah. You probably want to check out the. I think the Game Boy Advance version actually added some like extra dungeons and stuff, so you might want to check that one out. That might be the good one to play. Plus, you got that little like kind of like wider screen aspect ratio on it, so I don't know. Yeah, check out the Game Boy Advance version. But don't play the iOS or Android version, please. It's ugly as sin. And we shouldn't be supporting that. Let's see. Phoenix Down asks, aside from music, what other mediums have you ever used to express your love of video games? For example, art, fan fiction, etc.
Minecraft,
huh? Oh,
of which we have a server for OCR.
We do. We have an OCR server. Yeah. What about you guys? Anything? You ever like written fan fiction or drawn some fan art or anything? Sculpture, basket weaving.
I mean, fan art, if that's what you want to call it. When I was like 11 and the internet didn't exist. But yeah, you used to draw a lot.
Yeah.
Still do. That's how I make money these days.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Well, that's not something that I'm going to talk about on here, though.
That's fine. No, we don't have to talk about
Anyway,
it.
yeah,
I just didn't know that. That was interesting.
I've actually written fan fiction, but very little of it, and I didn't write anything that was video game related. So.
Okay. What about you, Flex?
I am a terrible artist, so no. And I know it, so I never try to do anything like that.
Yeah.
You should try cosplay. That's a pretty cool way to do it.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
Expressing your fandom.
Comfortable dressing up, so I need to get over that. I know, but.
We have a lot of
dress up as like Mega Man and shit.
Yeah, we have a couple staff members like Dia and Diodes. They like to do cosplay and stuff. They do really cool cosplays at cons and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, probably if you'd ask her nicely and pay her, she might help you out with the cosplay too.
Yeah, I actually I cosplayed as Sokka from Avatar: The Last Airbender a couple years ago. We had a whole group cosplay, and she just made the costume for me. I just bought the materials, she made it for me.
Nice.
Because she's like, Jarek, we need you to cosplay as Sokka, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I cosplayed as Sokka. It was fun. It was cool. I wore tights. Like these blue tights, and I was like, these tights are super comfortable. I was just like, I don't know, man. I was just like, yeah, this is all right. I'm okay with this. I felt very comfortable.
Picture,
We're manly men. We're men. Tights.
Tights. Yeah. It was fun. It was fun. I've written like some crappy fan fiction like many years ago. Some Sonic fan fiction. And I also
like what came out of DOD.
No.
Yeah, that was a Sonic fan fiction in DOD just a few months ago.
Really?
It's not safe for work by any 15.
No, I'm gonna check it out, but I didn't hear it. No.
It's a great song, dude.
All right, I'll hit it up.
You did a great solo.
Listen to it on headphones.
Hey, I live alone. I can blast whatever I want.
Well, that's true.
I just remembered something else too.
What?
I was actually the staff writer on a website for StarCraft.
Oh.
Like one of the fan site for StarCraft,
Okay.
where I did some fan fictions and poetry
Nice.
on StarCraft.
Wow.
That was
StarCraft poetry, huh?
Legit.
Yeah.
You gotta be hardcore to be into StarCraft these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Korean, I mean. That's
Yeah.
Isn't that just like code for being hardcore is being Korean? Have you seen that K-pop stuff?
Yeah.
In an internet cafe. Yeah, that's a great way to.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And I used to draw like Mega Man sprites and stuff. I used to be really into like Mega Man spriting. I was like, using there's the original characters in Mega Man. So, yeah, it was cool. That was fun.
Kind of missed everybody did that.
Everyone got into like spriting
and bosses.
Yeah, make your own bosses.
Check it out. It's like Bubblegum Man or Chips Man or something.
Yeah, it's just like a Heat Man that's colored pink or something. It's a bubblegum boss.
Like you give us, like a Pringles can body and shit or something.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh man, Pringles Man, I love it.
That's weird. You know that that they've existed since like the '60s, Pringles.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I did not know that.
That's pretty crazy. Or like the late '60s, '70s, something like that.
It kind of makes sense though.
Why?
Does it really?
Increased drug usage, snacky foods. Easily accessible snacky food.
I guess so. But you get your hand stuck in the can sometimes, right?
Yeah. At that point, it doesn't matter. Just chug.
You get your hand stuck in the can?
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you, 9? What are you trying to shove your hand in there? Dude, you just tilt the can, man.
Well, I do that now, but when you're a kid, it's just like reaching in.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now you're gonna go back and say, "Oh, it was only when I was a kid."
Yeah.
Shit, as soon as it's over, you're gonna shove your whole arm in a can of Pringles.
Yeah. Whatever. So you do it. You got a Mega Buster, Pringles Buster.
Yes.
I love it. All right. Let's see quickly on YouTube. Pizza Belly 0 says yo, and he puts like a colon D smiley face. But yo, what's up, Pizza Belly? Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Andrew Upalock asks, do you guys know of any good remixing tutorials?
Oh, there's Zircon's on the site, right?
Yeah, Zircon has some good FL Studio tutorials on the Mac Pro Video. I don't know about remixing tutorials. Generally, you're not going to find remixing tutorials, but you're really going to find stuff like, music production tutorials and things like that. I don't know any off the top of my head. I'm kind of self-taught. What about you guys?
I think we're all self-taught.
Yeah, not so much off the top of my head, but one thing you might look into is learning how to do arrangements in general. There might be some good material out there for that. Plug that search term into Google instead of just how to do a remix.
Yeah.
And you'll probably find something that's going to help you a lot more at OCR than you might think.
Yeah, especially from like a theoretical standpoint, learning about how to interpret melodies and figure out a chord progression and what to do once you figure out a chord progression, that kind of thing.
You've got to
on the more classical end, there are some orchestration tutorials. Like there's one that I'm looking for right now. Garriton, their website, they had like, what's his face? Trombone guy. What's his name?
I don't know.
Trombone guy.
Rimsky-Korsakov.
Oh.
So Rimsky-Korsakov has this book on orchestration, and the entire thing is like done in tutorial style, and it's on their website for free.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So, let me see if they still have it though.
Yeah. Snap, did you want to add something?
No.
Earlier, you were saying something.
No, cool.
All right.
All good.
Learning Center.
All right. While Ken's looking for that.
Yes, actually, they have a free orchestration course and a free jazz arranging course too.
Oh.
So Garriton.com, look under the support tab, and then Learning Center.
Cool. Right on.
So if you look for it, you may not find anything specifically remixing, but anything that increases your tools as a musician is going to help you with a remix.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's switch gears off of questions a little bit and talk to SnappleMan about some stuff. Snap, so how long have you been making music? How long you been, you play guitar, right? And you do a lot of cool, really rocking arrangements and stuff. But
I mean, what do you mean? Like, how long have I been recording music, playing music?
Like how long have you been recording music? And then, like, how did you get into like remixing VGM?
About the time that I got into Overclocked, it was I was making music in the late '90s, you know, like midis and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just kind of gravitated towards OC Remix early that, you know, in its infancy, I guess, and I just started learning from what was happening there and just taking it to the next level, you know, or trying to.
Yeah.
Failing miserably, but you know, that was the, you know, how that happened. Yeah.
Cool. And so you worked on Project Chaos.
Yeah.
Everyone always talks about, like, anytime like anything Sonic comes out on OCR, people are always like, "Oh, it's not good, not as good as Project Chaos, though." And they're always talking about like Malicious Fingers and all these songs. So, you know, how did you get involved in Project Chaos? If I remember correctly, you ended up kind of taking over that project a little bit, right?
Well, I was making fun of it for a while.
That's right. That's right. I remember.
Yeah, I was talking a bunch of shit, and then they were like, "Well, if you're gonna talk all this shit, then you know, I'd like to see you do better." I was like, "All right, you know, I'll be that asshole," I said. Yeah. You know? Yeah, and I just went into there, and I was like, "Hey, do you guys want some help?" And they're like, "Yeah, man." So I just kind of, you know, helped out as best I could and did my part. And that was about it.
Right on.
Yeah, I talked to Kung Fu Chicken. I talked to him about it, and we basically split it. All the songs that were already done, he was in charge of finishing, or that were being done, and I took all the stuff that was left behind.
Yeah.
And so half the album is pretty much all my influence, and the other half is all his influence. So that's
right on. Right on. Well, you know, we ended up with a really awesome Sonic album. You know,
yeah, it's pretty
everybody,
good.
You know, people really love it. You know, so
I'd have probably cut some of the stuff off of there, you know, if I was doing it now. But
oh yeah.
For back then.
Yeah.
You know, it did its part, I guess.
Yeah.
That was one of the early ones, right? It was like the 6th or 8th project.
Yeah, it was really early. But it turned out really good.
Yeah, thanks.
So, were you like a big Sonic fan before that, or were you a Sega kid, or you were a Super Nintendo kid growing up, or?
Well, I was a Super Nintendo kid, but my little brother was the Sega kid.
Oh.
And we shared a room for, you know, 15 years or something like that.
Right.
So we just played each other's games and ranked on them as you play them. Like, fuck this game. This is, you know, as good as Mario.
Yeah.
You know? And the worst was when you get like the same game that was ported, like Mortal Kombat. But the blood, I was like, but the color palette, but the blood, but speed burst, but mode 7, and then we just like hated each other for that.
Wow.
The funny part about that.
Man, you lived the console wars, man.
Yeah.
You were in the trenches. Holy moly.
Grow up in Jersey, this is the same, you know, like in the tri-state area. It was huge.
Oh yeah, no, I know, but like I had a Sega Genesis growing up. I mean, I didn't have a Super Nintendo. We didn't have a Super Nintendo in the house. I had a Genesis growing up. No, I love my Genesis. Sonic, you know, Ristar.
A fantastic system, but there's something that happens when you grow up with one thing and you kind of are unsure about the other thing.
Yeah.
And when you grow up, then you learn to appreciate the opposite better, you know, or more.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got heavy into like Super Nintendo emulation afterwards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you start to like feel some of that, you know. Oh, this is what people were like talking about, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it has a little bit of that give and take coming back at you, you know.
Yeah, you know, kids today, they don't know about console wars. They all have multi-platform games, and, you know.
Yeah. Multi-platform games that are exactly the same.
Yeah, that are exactly the same, you know.
Yeah. Well, this
I grew up on PCs and nothing but PCs.
You know? Yeah, this kid over here. He's like, well, I don't know.
Like, you want to know something scary? I've literally never played an actual Sega Genesis.
Oh, God.
Oh, dude.
So you've never seen, like, Sonic's face have, like, 5 eyeballs because the awful...
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, boy.
Because the only time I ever got to play a console growing up was either when I was at a friend's house or the dentist's office. And that's about it.
What kind of dentist has a console? That's
a great dentist.
We had like highlights, you know?
Yeah.
Highlights in People magazine, man.
That's
They
a
had,
high-class dentist. I had,
Mario
I had some fucking magazines in there. You know, and you're 12 and you're looking for like, you know, like the swimsuit suit shots and shit. Shit. You know?
Yeah, man.
If I had a console in the dentist office, that'd be great.
Yeah.
They also had the OG like Game Boy there.
Oh, wow.
Like the big giant brick.
The big
Yeah.
brick.
Yep.
With the
That
green
was my first
screen.
exposure to brick too.
Right on. Let's see. All right, cool. So let's go back to some questions.
No, yeah.
On YouTube, Jenna Mercy asks, have you ever thought of doing, as a personal project, a track or soundtrack for a pen and paper game, a board game, or any other analog game? If so, what was the motivation? A new challenge for science because nothing else fit the mood, etc.? Any guys ever done anything like that?
I'm actually doing that right now.
Really?
I'm doing, yeah. I and an old friend just contacted me, and he's like, "Hey, I'd like you to make a soundtrack." And I was halfway telling him, "Sorry, you know, I don't do soundtrack requests because I don't." He's like, "Oh, but wait, it's for a tabletop game." I'm like, "That is insane, you know." Like,
Yeah.
I've never heard of a tabletop game having a companion soundtrack, so that's what I'm doing now.
Awesome.
Yeah, it had
Cool.
a Kickstarter for it and everything.
Oh, wow.
You know.
Nice.
Very cool.
So does it like have the speaker built into the board, or?
No. It's a Dungeons and Dragons style, make your own game type of book.
Oh, okay.
It comes with like a 20-sided die and all that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, and like a companion album.
Yeah, exactly. Like you play the songs if you want, or you just listen to it like to get into the spirit. I'm like, that's weird enough that I'd like to be a part of it.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
I've seen that in one other place, which was like a zombie a zombie killing survival horror kind of tabletop game.
Uh-huh.
But unfortunately, the included soundtrack kind of sucked.
Oh.
I just found some cool horror tunes on Spotify instead. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that you're gonna set the bar for that kind of thing.
Yeah, I've never actually done like music for a game like that, but I did write like a couple of tunes for some characters that I had played or played with some friends, like character themes for like some D&D characters that we had done from some campaigns that I played in. So that was pretty fun, because the D&D campaigns that I play in are very story heavy. It's almost just like improvisational storytelling rather than all the mechanical stuff with the dice and everything. So we sort of get into it and start writing like fiction, like short stories about characters and stuff. It becomes really collaborative. So I started writing some music and stuff. Yeah, it was really good. It was really fun. Yeah. So I don't know. Anyone else written anything for like analog games or anything? No.
No.
Yeah.
I want to now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, seriously. And I kind of actually want to go and take some of the web comics I read and like do interpretations of them in musical form too.
Oh God! Somebody please do a soundtrack for Cucumber Quest if you're going to talk about doing that.
That's on the list. Kiwi Blitz.
Yeah, Kiwi Blitz. I like that artist. She's really good.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. So, and actually, Kiwi Blitz would be really easy because like all of my influences are what she uses to influence her writing. So.
Oh,
nice.
So like Pendulum and Noisia and Knife Party and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing like a small EP based around one of Brandon Sanderson's books. He has this book called Alloy of Law that I really like. It's like the fourth Mistborn book. So I've been talking to SIXTO because SIXTO's a huge fan of that book too. We've been thinking about doing like a small 5-track EP about SIXTO. You know that guy? He's like
I've never heard of him.
He's like a computer program that lives on the internet.
Oh, right.
And, that's the computer program that Andy used to make Shreddage.
Yeah. He's always on there, and he's programmed to like talk about guitars and tuning.
Yeah. The sounds, the computer program.
He's like, oh no, I can't right now, man. I'm sorry, I can't come into your. I'm like, dude, just voice chat at least or text chat. Like I'll do a screen capture live. while he's on the thing, so he can interact with somebody on some level. But
Yeah.
no, he's like,
Oh, man.
too scared.
Yeah.
All right, it's all good.
All right. We'll get him someday. SIXTO, we're gonna get you someday on here, man. Yeah, but we're thinking about doing like a small EP about that game, so it should be fun. WillRock is here. Will, what's up, man?
Not much. You?
I'm good.
Oh.
We're in the middle of Talkback, but I'm gonna ask you the question that we started at the beginning. Any VGM you're listening to this week, or?
Haven't thought about this at
No?
all. No, nothing specific.
Okay.
The usual answer.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hit some more questions. Go back to the Twitter. Let's see.
The Twitter.
Carl Serbian says, I just realized something today. I don't know what DarkeSword's real name is in real life. My name is actually DarkeSword. That's my given name. That's my given name. My parents are weird. No, my name is Sharik Ansari. Nice to meet you. Let's see. Some talk about Final Fantasy VI. John Tame asks, so how much did that fedora cost, bro? Looks very classy. I guess that's a question for Ken here.
I believe I got it for 70 or 80. I think I got it on it.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to buy a proper fedora, you got to expensive, and not one of them shitty trilbies that guys wear on the internet these days. That aren't actually fedoras.
Yeah.
If you want a proper, good quality fedora, you're going to pay near 100.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pay that much for my hat, but I don't know.
I had to hat up.
My old one had been falling apart, so I was just like, I had to get a new hat.
Yeah.
So this is it.
And it fits you really well too. Like it's.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
When I think of Abydos, I think the guy with the awesome fedora.
Yeah.
Bacon Procurement says, how about an EP of songs about your favorite ghost-type Pokemon, perhaps for Halloween? Maybe. I don't know.
That implies a favorite ghost
Compile
type.
that list. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we got some
each
scheduled for
Pokemon have a
Halloween
theme?
this year, don't we?
Bacon, man, aren't you actually organizing the Gym Leader Pokemon album? You're organizing the Gym Leader Pokemon vocal album, man, and now you're asking us to do another one?
Well,
Okay.
that's a mouthful.
Oh my
Never too many Pokemons.
god! Oh my god! Isn't the
Gym Leader
EV
vocal
man? We did the missing number track, the EV EP. Haven't you had enough? No, seriously, honestly though, there's never enough. There's always room to be.
Gotta mix them
more.
all.
Yeah, there's always room to be doing more albums and more music and more remixes. People are free to do whatever they want, but if you want a Ghost Pokemon album, you're gonna have to find someone to organize it.
And write
do it
songs,
yourself.
Yeah, and do the songs.
because the Pokemon don't have songs. They've got those little sound effects, right? So
Yeah.
we just
Well, I mean, we did the EV EP.
those do make good snares if you.
Yeah. Sample it.
Yeah, sample it.
Very cool. Mr. Hakštok says, what's your favorite PlayStation 1 OST, not counting Final Fantasies or Chrono Cross?
Castlevania.
Alundra.
Symphony of the Night.
Wow.
Symphony of the Night's good, yeah.
All right, so we got Symphony of the Night, we got Alundra. Ken, what about you, man?
Well, my default is Final Fantasy IX, so I'm gonna.
No, he said no Final Fantasies.
I know. That's why I'm screwed.
We'll come back to you. Ken, I mean,
come back to me.
Flex, Mike Styles. Favorite PS1 OST?
Well, I'm actually not very well versed in most PS1 OSTs aside from, the Final Fantasy series and stuff like that. So, I'm a big fan of the Ridge Racer stuff. I'm not sure if that counts as actual OST,
yeah,
since
dude.
I'm not sure if it was composed for Ridge Racer or not.
I think
But
it was.
Yeah,
the Ridge Racer stuff, the Need for Speed stuff. I mean, I'm a huge fan of racing games. That's kind of the one thing that said about the PlayStation to me. Again, didn't grow up with a console in my house, So that was always what I played whenever I went to friends' houses.
Yeah.
Street Fighter EX plus Alpha. That's my number 1 and 2. Like mixed, like
EX has a very good soundtrack.
It's a wonderful soundtrack.
Yeah, fantastic soundtrack. People hate on the game. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. But the music.
Play with me for 5 minutes, and I'll teach you how to love Street Fighter EX.
But the music is so good. I got that Arrange album, that Street Fighter EX Arrange album.
Yeah.
Oh my god, fantastic.
Get both.
Xenogears.
Xenogears. Okay.
Xenogears is great.
Xenogears. Will, what about you, man? Favorite PS1 OST?
I didn't have a PS1, so I don't actually have a favorite. I'm afraid I don't know the music from the PS1 well enough.
Okay.
So.
You ever went back and listened to old soundtracks and stuff, or?
No, just. I mean, the only one that I can really think of is Final Fantasy VII, and maybe Chrono Trigger, but Chrono Trigger wasn't even released in Europe. So if I say that, I'm kind of. Yeah. Yeah. I'm being traitorous to my country. So.
I'm gonna go with Sokaigi, which is a Japanese-only PlayStation 1 RPG with music by Hiroki Kikuta. Fantastic soundtrack. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, Sokaigi. Check it out. It's awesome. I'll hook you up with it.
SnappleMan probably has it already. She's got all of his work.
Yeah, you gotta listen to Sokaigi. It's awesome.
I'm still not
according to Will's logic, you are now okay with being traitors to your country.
What were you saying, Snap?
I'm saying I'm still not used to calling it the PS1 because that was the late model. Remember, that was that mini model.
The little white one.
Yeah.
It's the PSX.
I'm still not used to. Yeah, exactly. That's the PlayStation.
PSX.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
And then it had that little screen attachment.
Oh yeah.
Screen. Yeah, I remember that.
Little portable PlayStation. That was nice.
That was pretty cool though, like in concept, but man, that thing. Was terrible.
The quality of the screen was not good at all.
Not just that, it was just a bad choice altogether to do that.
Yeah. All right, Noisebringer on Twitter asks, if you could choose one game genre to compose a soundtrack for, what would it be?
Hentai.
Hentai, really?
Absolutely.
Visual novels?
Yeah. Old school hentai games like True Love 95 and all those great games.
Yeah, good music.
Nocturnal.
I've heard some of the soundtracks from those old games. It's pretty good.
It's a great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Man. Seriously.
Yeah.
And if you're a fan of Kikuta, that's what he's been doing for the past 10 years.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's what he's no stranger. Gerald, what about you, man?
I guess I'd go with my personal favorite genre, a Metroidvania, which is a pretty big undertaking, but yeah, if I had to do one, love to do one for that.
Right on. Ken?
Well, I mean, for the kind of music that I do, an RPG is probably going to be the best.
Yeah.
I mean, you got sprawling games, so plenty of places to put a whole bunch of music.
Yeah.
Although it would be kind of funny to do like a Dance Revolutions type game for orchestral music.
Yeah, but using instead of
bowing,
medieval dances.
Medieval dances, and instead of doing dances, you have to do bowstring.
Yeah. Oh man. It's like Rock Band, except it's like string quartet.
Yeah, exactly.
Shitty plastic string instrument.
Ballet Dance Revolution.
Oh man. I want string quartet to be a thing so badly now. That's a great game. I would spend so much money on that game and play it like 3 times.
You'd have to get all the peripherals. You'd have to get the violin, the cello, the piano, I guess.
The viola. Yeah. Oh man.
The triangle.
Oh boy. String quartet. Harmonics from Harmonix. Yes. Flex, what about you, man?
Oh, I mean, I know I just said Red Racer had, some of my favorite music on the PS1, but like a racing game of some sort would be right up my alley.
Yeah.
Because that the hyper-adrenaline fueled kind of thing.
Yeah, you know, you get
and just ramp up the energy the entire time I'm,
Yeah, I mean, the electronic music lends itself very well to racing games and stuff. You know, you got like Initial D, those classic soundtracks. And,
Initial D,
One Gun Midnight, and you know all those.
Actually, for that matter, friggin', you know, got the anime right here. So.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, you got the save pack, right? Yeah.
Get that Eurobeat going.
There you go, Eurobeats.
Well, if you're gonna do
Eurobeat kicks in.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do driving games, you might as well do like the top-down shooters.
Shmups. The shmups.
Yes, exactly. That'd be a lot of fun too. And honestly, like on the other side of the spectrum, I'd love to do a very, very story-driven game of some sort, just so I could put, test myself in how good I can actually tell a story with the music, which is something that I am at least highly interested in.
Yeah. So. Well, what about you, man? What genre would you like to compose a soundtrack for?
What genre would I like to compose a soundtrack for? What you mean?
Yeah. Like what game genre? Like a puzzle game or a platformer or action game? Or...
Yeah. I'd probably say either a platforming game that is action-based like Mega Man or a driving game. I think that would be best suited for my music. So. Yeah.
Right on. Cool. I would do a puzzle game. I really like puzzle games, and I would love to do like a game where like as the game gets more like complicated, the music gets more intense. That kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So like different levels of intensity in the music, responding to how tough the game is. That's what I would love to do.
So I'm assuming something other than like double time when you get to.
Yeah, just like maybe add more instruments or start making the melody more complex or something, that kind of thing. Just to ramp up the tension, that kind of stuff.
Would you do anything aleatoric?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, aleatoric, it means chance music. So, like, depending on what the player does, changes what your music is.
Oh,
and it's like procedurally generated, essentially.
Oh, I actually like experiment with some of that procedurally generated stuff. At a very small level, I do this thing where in FL Studio, I have a drum kit as like in a MIDI, in like a sound font. Mm-hmm. So you're sequencing the drums, all the drums in like a single piano roll.
Right.
So what I do is I actually use an arpeggiator, and then I set the arpeggiator to random, and then I turn the time up on the arpeggiator, so like it's only repeating like once every eighth note or something.
Okay.
And then what I'll do is I'll put like a snare, but then I'll put another snare on top of it using the same thing, but at a much lower velocity. So what happens is when it gets to that, it actually does a random select between the two notes that are playing, and those two notes are the loud snare and the soft snare. So you kind of get like this sort of randomized, and then you start doing that for other things, like play this level tom or this level tom. So you do like a random so you use the arpeggiator to randomly select or pseudo-random rather different things in the in the drum track, and you kind of get like this this drum track. It's like maybe 1 bar long, but it never sounds the same every time because there's all these different permutations that you're getting from the arpeggiator. It's doing stuff.
That's a really cool trick.
If you listen to my track on the EVEP, the Destiny Infinite, which is the first track, the drums are actually using that technique where they are slightly varying from measure to measure because I use this random arpeggiator to do stuff.
It's a good way to make it sound organic too.
Yeah, I mean it's organic in the sense that like different things are happening. The timing is obviously something you have to play with manually in order to make it organic, using an arpeggiator in any case. But yeah, that's how I did that in there. So if you listen to the drum track in that song, you'll notice that it's like every measure is slightly different from the previous one because there's all these different permutations I have going in there. So yeah, I kind of like that stuff, sort of procedurally generated. I want to explore that a little bit more with, maybe like doing a bass line that uses that same principle of like randomly selecting two different notes. So you sort of get a bass line that, instead of going like a step up, it'll go like a half step down or something for the line, and then
you obviously pick notes that are in the chord.
Right. Yeah. You're still writing the music. You're still guiding the music, but you're leaving it up to the pseudo random generator to sort of decide like where to go.
Mm-hmm.
And the interesting thing.
Function for that.
What's that?
I said, you could just write a function for that. At least in Cubase.
Yeah, I use FL Studio. It doesn't really. I don't think FL Studio has a lot of scripting stuff. I could be wrong, but yeah.
Aside from like the math controller, I'm not sure it does.
Yeah, I don't think FL Studio has a lot of scripting.
Math controller.
Yeah, there's a formula controller where you can write equations in order to write custom oscillators and stuff based on different functions. Cool. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah, so you can write like very elaborate oscillations and stuff.
I'm assuming it's only 2D oscillations. You can't do 3D.
I can't. Here, I'm gonna take a look at that right now. Actually,
I think if you use like 2 formula controllers, you can do that. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm just thinking of like the various kind of stupid graphing calculator things that you can do.
Yeah.
Right. No, you can actually
little pretzel.
Yeah.
Actually, it is a 3 knob controller.
Yeah.
Basically. What?
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
I'm not sure I want to know.
Moving on. Hey, so Carl Serbian says, how about aiming for getting SIXTO sounds on OCR Talkback by the end of the year? I would love nothing more than to have SIXTO sounds on OCR Talkback. We've been trying to get him on Talkback for a long time, since we started. So he's a great guy, talented musician. For some reason, very shy about coming.
He's a troll.
Yeah. I would love to have SIXTO on Talkback. That would be fantastic if we could get SIXTO. It's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen, and it makes me sad.
He would have to acknowledge a basic human existence, which he denies.
We have to like get his address. Yeah. We have to all go out there.
Yeah,
and, like, forcibly do like a mass Talkback from his house.
We gotta do it like Publishers Clearinghouse style. Yeah, show up at his door with a giant check that just says OCR Talkback.
He's gonna barricade himself in with shotgun.
Opens the door, just slams it again.
Yeah.
Hey, SIXTO, I'm from OCR. He closes the door. Next thing he hears a gunshot.
I've given him the link to this Talkback, so let's see if he decides to come in.
He's not.
He's not gonna do it.
That is funny.
Yeah. So Corpse says, "Hey, I was wondering if you could compose a sound clip for me about 8 seconds in length." I don't know, man. Maybe. That's something you gotta post on the forums about that. Drew N says, "How many fedoras do you guys own?" I have one. I own one, and I think Ken owns 2.
I have 3.
3?
Yeah.
None.
Flexstyle has a top hat. That's not a fedora, though.
It's not even really a top hat. It's kind of a weird hybrid thing that's made out of felt. So, but I like it and I wear it. So.
Well, felt is a perfectly acceptable hat material, though. So don't discount it because it's felt.
I discovered the hard way that it actually deforms if it gets wet a little bit.
Yes.
So it used to be all crunchy like this, but there it is, and I think it has more character because of that. So there you go.
Basically, there's some oils you can put on it that'll keep it waterproof. In the olden days, they used mercury, so that's where you get the Mad Hatter from.
Yeah, Mad Hatters. They used to get mercury poisoning and go insane.
Yeah,
that's right.
So I would recommend doing that.
Kind of funny. That's
don't do the mercury.
Anthony Claes on Twitter says, "What do you guys think of the King of Fighters arrangement albums from 1994 to 2000? If you've heard them, they're amazing soundtracks. Yeah, they're fantastic. King of Fighters music is so good.
Yeah,
so good.
I've had a hard time getting into King of Fighters.
The game or the music?
The game.
Oh, I don't know. I love SNK Fighters.
It depends on when you try to get into them, you know. if you were trying to get into them during that, like the heyday of fighting back in the early 90s, then it was a much different story. Now it's kind of hard to go back and, because everything now is about Street Fighter and all that stuff. And back then it was, like you left the house or you went to a, car service or video store. And
pizza place.
Pizza place, you found like a new King of Fighters game or Samurai Showdown and you played it. Until you liked it or you hated it, and then you loved it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck
I played a lot of Samurai Showdown 4.
Yeah, same here.
When I was the pizza place near my house had Samurai Showdown 4, and I used to play that all the time. And then I discovered emulation, like SNK, like Neo Geo emulation, and that blew my mind that I could play like a Samurai Showdown 4 at my house on my computer.
That was one of the early games that was emulated was Samurai Showdown 4.
Yeah.
And you couldn't have sound on it because Neo Rage didn't play sound.
Yeah.
It just had
Was I typing too loud?
Yes, you were. I just I'm sorry. Yeah, it was really I just that's why I muted you. Sorry.
Yes, I just got muted for anyone who was confused. I've been muted for. I get muted for many things: coughing, talking.
Oh, that's right. We muted you last week because you were hacking up a lung. That's right.
Yeah. I was coughing up blood, and you were all like, "No, we don't want to hear that."
It's too depressing. It's too depressing.
Sorry, carry on.
No. All right. What were you saying, Snap, about Samurai Showdown?
What?
You were saying something about it was like one of the earliest emulatable games or something.
Neo Rage.
Yeah.
You don't remember in DOS?
Yeah. That's how I played it. Neo Rage. I used Neo Rage and I played Samurai Showdown 4.
And then you had to get one of those PS2 printer port controllers.
Yeah. No, it was the MIDI port actually.
Yeah. Sound port, right?
You would hook up a game controller to your sound card.
Oh, yeah.
I had one of those. It was a FightPad 6. It came with Mega Man X for PC.
Nice.
Right.
Remember that?
It barely worked.
Oh yeah.
You had to use your Windows 98 drivers, but you had a Windows 98 second edition install.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that controller though, man. I just that was fun.
That and the Thrustmaster that came out in 2000.
Was that one of the Microsoft flight sticks or something?
Yeah. It had the little wings on the end, like the Xbox controller.
You really could never get away with the name Thrustmaster now. Honestly,
Thrustmaster.
Right?
Great controller. It cost like $5. It was great.
Yeah. Who's this? Is it Larry Love?
Is it Larry?
Oh no.
Oh,
No.
It's just Overclock Remix joined. That's it.
All right.
Okay.
Overclock Remix has joined it twice somehow.
No, I'm using the OCR account. Oh, there is Larry.
No, it is Larry.
There he is.
All right, Larry. What's up, man?
Hola.
Larry.
I heard, you shut up. What is it? I heard people bragging on WillRock for coughing all the time. So yes, I'm here. I'm literally just doing a run-in to say, WillRock, stop screwing up. Stop typing too loud. Stop being a nuisance.
Because it's kind of late. I should probably go, and I'm incredibly racist, and Larry's just put on the call, so I might leave now and go to bed. So,
Will, is there anything you want to plug before you leave?
Larry's what's it called? Toyota thing.
Toyota Disco.
Toyota Disco.
Cool.
Let's
All right, man.
let's plug that because it's funny.
Wonderful.
I will leave you to it.
All right, man. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Larry.
Thanks, man.
So,
Bye.
I will.
Bye.
Most mature
He
face ever.
throws everything off.
And Will's the one that leaves instead of Larry.
Yeah, I know.
He's got that avatar. He's like the afterglow of a night of passion. He's laying down.
I'm chilling. I am in the night. I am after a night of passion. I'm glistening right now. I mean, I don't know.
TMI.
I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot of sweat, beading on my forehead. So everything is. It's great.
Were you eating eating Brazilian barbecue? Is that why?
I was, yeah.
Meat sweats.
Wow, that's right.
Meat sweats?
No doubt. Continue. Yes, I was playing King of Fighters Fogo de Chao edition, and anyway, as you were.
Oh boy. All right.
Wow.
So yeah, King of Fighters, get on it, man. Listen to those soundtracks, and then also I personally just love Samurai Shodown 4. That and Street Fighter 3 are like my favorite fighting games ever. So. Bacon Procurement says, okay, real question. Has there ever been a remix that made you go, what the fuck, after listening to it? For example, Everclear Hangover.
That's a good example.
That is a really good example.
Ken's theme. Remember the Ken song?
Oh, yeah.
I never liked the Ken song. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, really?
Really?
Not a fan
I
of
never
it.
liked it. I'm not a fan of the Ken song.
I like the song.
I didn't like the choice of lyrics, although they fit well into the rhythm.
Yeah.
I just didn't understand what the point of it was. Back then, at least. Haven't listened to it since, but maybe I should.
Maybe you'll discover something new about it.
I think I will. I think I'll do that right after the show, actually.
Wonderful.
We should make that the OC remix of the week.
Oh,
You
sweet.
think so?
Just to drive him crazy, yes.
Yeah.
I will love it. I will love it this time around. I swear.
Yeah.
I'll find something to love about it.
Gotta realize you can.
Acquired taste.
Yeah.
You gotta realize you can.
Yeah.
I guess one example is, and I think we were talking about this with the person we were chatting with at MomoCon, but Rubber Horse from Forever Lasting Peace.
Oh, yeah.
Not what the fuck in like a bad way that I hated the song. I absolutely love the song, but the first time you listen to it, you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
What?
This is on OCR?
Well, it's not on OCR, we're selling it, but yeah.
Although,
But
if we're not talking about OCR, the two pieces by Hyodine, those definitely.
Okay. What?
What?
No,
Oh my god, is that SIXTO?
No,
Is that actually him? Juan,
Not
Does he have
believing
a-
this. I'm not believing it.
it can't be him.
What?
Hello, Juan, are you there?
It's whatever, man. I'm not believing it. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's somebody bullshitted this account, and I'm not believing it.
So you think he's gonna just like pop in and then pop out again? And
No, what's gonna happen? We might even hear a voice, but I'm gonna assume that shit is fake. So.
I'm gonna confirm that it's probably gonna be fake because Juan does not have the P in his Google Plus
Really?
name here.
Is that right? Are you sure about that?
Oh,
Is that your final answer?
hello.
Is that you, Flex?
It's not me. I promise. Although I wish it was.
Nothing but lies. I knew it.
Maybe you notice there's a strange lack of William Harvey in this chat right now.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not him. Oh man. Okay. In any case, let's just move on.
That's
And
not him.
you know,
Fuck him. Let's get him.
whoever this person is, they got the link to the Hangout somehow. So.
Somehow.
Wait, what?
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 We got a word.
Great radio. Great podcasting.
Oh
great
man. All right. You know what?
television.
That's it. That's enough. That's enough. Let's keep moving on.
Yeah, let's go on.
Um.
It's probably Will anyway.
Yeah.
If it's if it is Juan, then what VGM has he been listening to lately?
Yes. So what other
hard to know without the picture.
remixes have made you just like go like what? You know, like what about you, Ken? All right, you talked about the Hyodine remixes.
Yeah, those ones are the moment you load them up, they're like all in your face, just right there.
Yeah. What about you, Flex?
Oh, I mean, there's only one or a couple in particular that come to my mind, and I can't even recall what their names were. But there have been a couple of dubstep tracks that have been posted to OCR that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. You know, just there was something off about them, just the way that they were executed or something like that. Some, you know, too harsh or whatever.
Now,
Could it be the genre was dubstep?
No, well, like there have been great dubstep tracks posted to OCR.
I know.
Here's the thing, though. When we say it makes you go WTF, you don't necessarily mean in a bad way.
Okay.
You're free to answer it in a bad way.
You're free to answer it that way, but don't feel like you have to think of like, oh, I didn't like this one. It can be something that just made you go like blew your mind in like a WTF way, but then also like you ended up loving the track.
Okay. I'm looking at my, my folder of stuff right now.
Is he talking about? Was he talking about Big Bad Koopa dubstep?
That might have been the one.
That weak sauce dubstep? Yeah, probably. That I was not in favor of that one, but that's all right.
Wow.
What a jerk.
Yeah.
Hey man,
I guess,
we're keeping it real. We're keeping it real. Talkback. This isn't talk fake. This is talk.
I'm telling you one thing that did kind of blow my
OCR
mind.
real Talkback.
OCR real talk. Real talk back. Oh boy.
Real talk.
I tell you what was pretty mind blowing was when we got friggin' Ziggy and Tommy on a remix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dweezil Zappa up on there? Or?
Not Dweezil. Dweezil, not Ziggy. What am I thinking? Ziggy.
Dweezil.
Yeah.
Dweezil. It's another strange name that has a Z in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the hook that my brain had it on. Now I look like a moron. I can't talk. You guys keep going.
What about you, Larry? Remix that made you go, what, WTF?
Man, I don't know. You might have to skip me. I mean, I particularly enjoy all of those, so I don't know. Music of my groin back when I was a noob. Like, what is that? Of course. Riley, definitely did that. I think in a cool way. I mean, it's not like the most mind-blowing, different thing I've heard, but I really thought it was creative. Was Brandon Strader's Portal 2 mix, Goodbye. That was a pretty good thing. Him going for operatic stuff. That was a pretty sweet. That was a ballsy approach, and he pulled it off pretty well. So yeah, that'd be up there. I mean, there's just tons of stuff though. I can't even think of anything else off the top of my head.
You probably can't tell you the disco because you don't even remember actually doing that, right?
I can't be blown away by my own amazing track, so I'm not even gonna...
Well, it doesn't have to be like blown away. You could have just listened to it for the first time and been like, "What the fuck was this?" I don't know.
No, I was like, I was like, "What the fuck is that genius?" So
Terrible.
that.
Oh man. I'm gonna go with.
Go ahead.
Jose's debut mix on OCR Remix.
Oh, okay, yeah, count me in.
Do you remember this?
Nobody saw that one coming when it came out.
Yeah, when it came out.
Which one is it?
Knuckles Unknown from MC. Sonic Adventure 2.
That is a good mix.
Yeah, I remember. It was back during the VG Frequency days, where like Larry forgot his the laptop wasn't working, right, Larry?
No, what happened was the show before mine, they broke the connection.
Oh yeah,
to connect the laptop to the soundboard, so I literally couldn't use my music.
Yeah. So Larry had no music to play, and this was before he was on the judges panel, and I said, "Hey Larry, I have a song on the judges panel that I think that you should play on there. We can do a preview." So I sent it to you, and you hadn't even heard it yet, and then you played it on the show, and I remember everyone in the chat who was sitting and watching, and we were all just like, what is this? Yeah.
Right.
And then you broke the cardinal rule of radio, and just played the song again.
Yeah. That was the only song I ever played twice on a show.
Yeah. Cardinal rule of radio. Just you threw it out. Yeah, that song blew my mind when I heard it. I was so impressed with that song.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you one other thing that blew my mind, and this is back in ye olden days. It's nice that we have Snapple on here, but I remember he was the biggest shit talker on the forums. He still is, but even way back then, it was kind of like one of those Nico Frog things where it was like, wait a minute, he makes music, and it was like, whoa, this is some good music. So, when I first heard music from Snapple, I was like, oh, okay, this guy's got some talent to back up the all the shit talking. So good stuff.
Bro.
Nice.
It's all good.
What about you, Juan? Any
Larry and I had a love affair for a while.
What?
What?
Not a physical love affair. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Larry and I were cool for a while, but then he
We
turned
were
into a
cool.
huge fucking asshole, and then what the fuck happened?
Racialist. He's super quiet, by the way. He's trying to really keep that, that bigotry.
Oh, sorry, I was.
on the down.
Yeah, sorry. There we go.
Nice.
Better.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. Let's not have your douchery muffled or anything. We want to hear it in full force.
I like that pillow.
That's right.
Oh
Goes with
boy.
your eyes.
Oh man. All right, let's move on. Let's see.
Sorry.
Did anybody not answer the "Oh man, I've been blown away"? Did SnappleMan?
No, I think everyone. I don't
I think we're
Juan-
still waiting for SIXTO to answer.
Yeah, he's not gonna.
Okay, yeah,
Fake
fake
Sixto,
Sixto.
yeah.
We ought to kick him out, honestly. But anyway,
Yeah.
fake Sixto. He's gonna be like, "That counts as my appearance." It's like, no.
Oh, wait. Just talked.
Say it again?
Said I can't think of anything.
Ah.
Oh, five toe.
He speaks.
What? This is a lie, dude. I'm not even. I'm not having this, dude. Like he's said one word and like it's literally the most non-committal stuff. Like I don't know, man.
Although that might actually work towards proving his case, since
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
I don't
non-committal
know.
about coming on here
He
in the
doesn't
first
really
place.
listen to remixes that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true too. What is it? If anybody has questions for Sixto, this is probably the only chance you will ever get.
Oh, come
Verbally,
on.
it's all lies. There's no face. Camera broke. Whatever. So if anybody is
Sixto.
question,
Yeah.
hashtag OCR Talkback.
When are you gonna finish that song?
When I'm gonna what?
When are you gonna finish that song?
What song?
I assume there's something that you're not getting done at this point in time.
Son of a bitch.
Oh man, Sixto, so good to have you on the show.
Years of inside jokes just kind of
Fantastic.
culminating in one
This is
talk.
fantastic having Sixto on the show. I'm so
I
happy
know,
right
it's
now.
great, it's great.
You don't understand how happy I am having him here.
Yeah, dude. Like
Oh,
if it's really
man.
Sixto, I am so happy.
I'm not even
Yeah,
saying
so-
anything. What?
Oh, that's fantastic. Sixto, what are you listening to this week, man? Anything good?
No, not really. I mean, nothing VGM wise.
Oh.
Well, it doesn't have to be VGM.
Yeah, anything.
All right. I'm a kind of a Whitesnake kick right now. I'm seeing a lot of
Hell yeah, Whitesnake is fucking awesome.
Whitesnake, Rat, a lot of the '80s hair bands.
Yeah,
There you go.
man.
Oh, so that's what that MP3 was all about.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's keep going. There's more talk about fedoras, which we're going to skip.
Aw.
Okay. Well, anyway, continuing on the blown away thing, it wasn't like I'd never heard progressive music before, but I thought when Christian Picot and Kay Triton had their Secret of Mana collab
Right?
on the day the world changed, that was a really good thing.
That makes it so good. That makes inspired me to do my Secret of Mana mix. Thicket. Yeah.
Oh, another good whatever. The Impresario.
Yes.
Oh,
I was about to say that.
I was like, holy crap!
That's
this
the
is
new
good.
king.
Yeah.
I feel kind of betrayed on that song though.
Really?
Why?
Why?
What happened?
Jake and I had a pact early on when we both joined that project that we were going to troll OCR.
But you already do. So
No, I mean like, musically.
okay. All right.
You know, and that's why I did my song. You know.
All 40 minutes of it.
Yeah, all 40 minutes.
Excellent.
I'm like, you know. And I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do? He's like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna go out full opera style with Queen vocals and, you know, and big guitars and huge this and huge that. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. And he actually did it well, which pissed me off because I was expecting, you know, like just as long of a song as mine, you know, with just as much, you know, stuff in there, good or bad or, you know, whatever.
Mhm.
But he actually did it in a concise, you know, relatively short song structure with very well paced out arrangement. And I was like, this fucking guy, you know, like he went back on his word.
Well, for what it's worth.
How dare he make something good?
as far as songs in that project, it is one of the most polarizing that I've seen. Because I've seen a whole bunch of comments that really, really hate it. And then a whole
really? Where?
Really,
Wait
really
a minute.
love it.
Where are these comments?
There was an album review that got posted on some Final Fantasy fan site. Like, and they did all 5 discs of it. Really went through and went through it. And they hated the impresario. They thought it was like the worst thing ever.
Wow, see, those people are
read
probably...
that.
Those people
And
are
for what
probably-
it's worth, they really, really hated the 40-minute song as well. So,
There you go. All right, that's good.
but basically proving they don't know anything
We're
about
in the
music.
same
but
camp.
Yeah,
on
I
that.
mean,
they even like
At
my
least we're in the
stuff.
same camp on that.
So,
yeah.
Oh, please.
Oh, brother.
Fake, fake modesty over here. Oh, and my stuff. Like, they found a way to like it. It's so
no, like if they could.
I'm fucking with you, man. It's all good.
You need to not listen to him. You need to not take him seriously. He's just
No, see,
troll
that's
man.
part of the fun is take it seriously for longer than people thought I was going to take it seriously.
Wow.
and you know, reverse troll.
It's always funny when people take Snapple seriously. Like I sit there in the IRC channel watching people take him seriously,
Oh,
and I'm just like, you guys need to stop. I don't say anything, but I'm sitting at my computer like this. I'm just like,
Okay, wait. So on the extra credits episode about OC Remix, there was this dude super pissed. Like, OC Remix sucks. I went on there and shared my music, and unnamed superstars who think they're a big bad deal shitted all over my stuff. And I'm like, are you talking about SnappleMan? You might as well just say it. And of course they were talking about Andy, and I'm like, oh my god, of course. I'm like, oh, I feel bad. But yeah, so they use like, you know, because Snapple gives the most blunt feedback, like, this is shit, you are shit, even for people that are good, so it kind of like devalues it a little bit, but it's like, I'm not feeling it, this is bad, you need to get good at music, let's go and get good, please.
No.
And they got
That's the
scared.
key there. I'm not feeling it. That's the only valid thing that you said there. That's all that I talk about is how I feel towards something while I'm listening to it. It's got nothing to do with somebody's talent or, you know, the quality of their samples or whatever the fuck. All I care about is do I like this song at this point in time? Probably not. You know, leave me alone about it.
yeah.
It's very simple. You know, you can't take it personally and, you know, take some.
Why are you so quiet, Snap?
Oh, am I? Sorry.
Yeah, man.
I can hear him.
Quiet.
He's quiet though,
Guys,
man. He's
am I
talking.
quiet?
He's trying to lull dudes to sleep.
Maybe.
No, it's because you're wearing those
Oh,
awful
alright.
earbuds. He's actually
No,
got a
man.
lot of.
I can hear everybody else louder than Snap. So.
Because he's got a lot of bass in his voice right now.
Yeah.
He's just got this very, you know,
Dulcet
full
tone.
sound to his voice, rather than those of us who are using webcam mics to.
It was very
talk
nice.
in like a
Shure
very-
SM57 microphone.
Yeah.
I'm not using a webcam mic. I'm using a Yeti.
Okay.
Yeah,
Come on.
See, I got.
That sounds dangerous.
I'm like radio.
Sorry.
I've got the mic stand and all that shit.
Yeah.
Radio stand.
All right, let's see. Carl Serbian asks, "What's Flexstyle's advice for making good dubstep remixes?"
Oh boy. Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna at least knee-jerk reaction against.
Here's my advice for making dubstep remixes. Don't.
Sorry.
I had to get the
snare.
easy joke out of the way. Flex, go ahead.
No, don't use a 909 snare as your only snare drum.
Okay.
Because that's what people think that MIDI snare sounds like, but it just doesn't work very well unless you're really careful about it. And then a wobble bass is not just an LFO on the cutoff. That's a start. It's like making any other good electronic remix. I mean, know your genre, know what it takes to execute that genre properly, and then make it musical. Make it something that the folks at OCR are going to want to listen to. And we can talk about how to make a good remix, you know, and all of us has different input on that. It's all good input. But at the end of the day, make it something that people want to listen to, rather than they're just turned off by, oh my goodness, abrasive sounds for days, and where's the music? There's a place and a time for abrasive sounds. Just use it tastefully. even in the genres that rely on those.
That's
Cool.
pretty sound advice.
Does anyone else? Honestly, that advice kind of applies to more than just dubstep, if you think about it. I mean,
It applies to swearing.
yeah. What?
Know how to do it tastefully.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hakštok.
Swear words are color language. They're meant to add, emphasis to certain things, and so you use it artistically, and it does sound like you're a douche.
Yeah. Okay, I guess so. It's Hakštok. I don't know Hakštok. Ivan, what's up, man?
I just wanted to take the historical opportunity to be on the same hangout as SIXTO.
Oh man, this is exciting.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I might wake some people up, so I'll be quiet.
Okay.
You're like really distorted right now, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So let's see if there's any more questions. Larry, you have any questions for these guys?
No, I've actually got a posse out. It was good, popping on the show.
Yeah.
But since we've not had SIXTO and Andy on before, would just I will watch and see what the answers are. But how they each found OC Remix, why they decided to start remixing video game music. How did they get into it? Was it a band?
we talked to Snapple about that earlier, but maybe
for real?
Maybe SIXTO, you can talk a little bit about how you found OCR and how you got into remixing VGM.
A friend of mine, he sent me over some MP3s to listen to once, and one of them was DJ Pretzel's Ocarina remix. I think it's called.
Is it Love Hurts?
No, not that one.
Oh.
No, I think it's a Sonic one. No, the Zelda one is called
Zelda, yeah.
Gerudo Interlude, I think is what it is.
Oh, okay.
And I liked it so much I had to find the guy who did it, and that's kind of what led me to OC Remix. And I found that it was just a bunch of people who like video game music, remix it, share with the community. So I said, I'll go ahead and give it a try, see what comes out. And I think my first attempt at a remix was the Castlevania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just had free drum plugins and whatever free stuff I found on the internet just to, try out recording, see what it was like, and I just went from there.
Right on. And so, how long have you been playing guitar?
Guitar. That's. I need to do some math now. It's going on 20 years now. Yeah.
Wow. Right on.
Very cool.
Very cool. So, you've been on a lot of projects. What do you think is? What do you think is the probably the best project you've been on, or the most fun you had working on a track for a project?
Man. It's probably going to be the first one I did with Kyle, the Tales of project.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of where I got my it's where I got my feet with projects, and I had a good time. All of those remixes I did when I was working out in New Orleans, and I had a brand new mobile setup. It was kind of hard to work that way, but I was able to put something out that sounded okay, sounded decent at least.
Right on.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Oh, and you took over my song on that, didn't you? Because I had to drop out.
Which one was yours?
Oh, it was one of the Battle Royale themes, right?
Fighting of the
Oh yeah, I think that's the one. The one that.
Yeah.
Had a D-Shoes intro.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that. Kyle said he needed it in an emergency, and I kind of think it did it overnight, give it to him the next day, and he was.
Jeez.
Oh,
happy with it.
You have to brag about it too now. Yeah. Overnight.
Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore. I try, and I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's hard to do now.
You should try and brush up. Brush up on your overnight skills by doing Punch Fest with me tomorrow.
Punch Fest, I knew it. Yeah, Punch Fest.
I knew it.
be
Right.
there.
4 p.m., dude. Punch Fest.
All right, cool. So SIXTO, man, thanks for coming on Talkback. We've been trying to get you on for ages, and it's really nice having you on here. So we're actually going to close up Talkback now. So the last thing we have to do is just plugs and promotions. So let's just go down the line and talk about whatever you guys want to promote. Let's start with Flex. Flex, what do you want to promote? Anything?
Okay, yeah, definitely. The Reno Game Expo is coming up in the first weekend of July. That would be in Reno, Nevada. And we're going to have an OCR panel there. I'll be playing as the last musical act of the night. A DJ set starting at, I believe, 6 o'clock p.m.
Right on.
But last year was their first year. We had a blast. Decent-sized little crowd. If you want to get in on the ground floor of something special, then if you're in the NorCal area or just in that general area, close enough for a day drive to Reno, then come on over and join us and have a good time.
Cool.
Oh, and also got Big Al, the ENTJ, going to be performing there, as well as the Reno Game Symphony as well.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Some pretty good VGM music folks.
Ken, anything you want to promote? Plug, promote?
The Minecraft or the OCR Minecraft server.
Okay.
We're gearing things a little bit in a little while, but it would be nice to have people come on.
Okay. SIXTO, anything you want to promote? Any new music projects you're coming out with? Original stuff?
Well, I actually did start work on a Double Dragon album.
Oh,
but,
wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's still a long way out till that's finished, so. Yeah.
Cool. Jarrell, anything you want to promote?
I guess since Flex just promoted Reno Game Expo, I might as well promote the other con we're going to, which is like a week after that.
Yeah.
We'll be in Connecticut up in Hartford, Connecticut. I think that's like July 10th through 13th, something like that.
Yeah, it's, I have the. You want me to talk about it real quick? I have the event page open here.
Go ahead.
So we have an event on Facebook. We started putting all our events on Facebook. So we're heading out to Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, doing Connecticon 2014. DJ Pretzel's going to be there. Larry's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Dia's going to be there. Dragon Adventure, and Jarrell Arrow is going to be there. We're doing 2 panels. The first one is on Friday at 1 p.m. to 2:30. It's called the OC Arcade Bonus Panel. Basically, it's kind of like we're breaking out what we do during our normal panel where we play games and give out prizes. We're going to do a whole panel of games. So last year we had a really fantastic like Mario Kart tournament, and we played Shaq Fu, and we had some Name That Tune, and it's really cool because you can win prizes and stuff. So that's going to be really fun. And the next day on Saturday, actually Saturday evening, 8:30 to 10 p.m. In panel room 7, that's on July 12th, we're going to have our main OC Remix panel, so you can see trailers for upcoming projects, ask us questions, learn all about OC Remix. Chances are if you're watching Talkback, you already know about OC Remix, but that's what we're going to be doing. So if you have a friend who's going with you to Connecticon and they don't really know about OC Remix and you can't really explain it well, come out to our panel and drag them to our panel and have some fun with us. So we're also what's that?
Sounds like you're about to say what I was going to say.
Yeah, we're also going to have since we're online media guests, we also have a table at Connecticon all weekend where you can come and buy OC Remix T-shirts, different kinds of swag. We'll be selling our Mega Man album and our and Overclock University's album. Those are our 2 licensed albums that we're able to sell. It's all above board, fully licensed. And, just hang out and talk with us. It's a lot of fun. Connecticons are really cool, kind of like generic geek conventions. So, anime, comics, sci-fi, TV shows. It's really fun. So if you're in the Northeast area, come out to Connecticon. It's July 10th through 13th. So make sure you come out there. Ivan, anything to plug?
Yeah. So next week is the World Cup, and we're done with the album. We've sent it for evaluation, and yeah, will be released sometime during the World Cup. And you're finally gonna get your Mega Man Soccer remix.
Awesome.
9 minutes long by Wake, I did some guitars, and
Yeah.
it sounds awesome.
Yeah, I was listening to the eval version. It's a really cool album. It's pretty awesome. So it's called Football Art, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. The World Cup EP. It's a nice little track. It's a nice little collection of tracks. It's going to be very cool.
Nice.
SnappleMan, what do you got to plug?
So, nothing really. I mean, all right. I'll plug Shakers.
Plug Punchfest.
If you're a musician, a remixer, get a shaker, get some live percussion in your tracks. It's like $1.50. You can get it at Guitar Center. It's great.
Hey, they got some of those with picks on them. So when you're strumming a guitar, you have that shaker sound.
Yeah.
That is cool.
And don't forget to plug Punchfest
and
also.
Punchfest. Come to Punchfest. It's on IRC, on Espernet, irc.esper.net, tomorrow at 4 p.m. The channel's name is Punchfest. It's a remix competition. It's 6 hours long. You do whatever you want. I don't care if it's live or programmed or chiptune or whatever. You could take a song off the internet and pass it off as your own.
You can do that, but don't do that.
Don't do that, but you can.
Yeah.
You go to Overclock Remix and download one of DJ Pretzel's first remixes and be like,
yeah,
that's mine.
Nobody will.
And I'll believe you. I'll be like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh man, this singing pretzel mix, this is great.
So good, so good. Love that hillbilly town.
King of Fighters, you can download his King of Fighters 98 remix.
Yeah. There you go. I want everyone to join Punchfest tomorrow and do exactly that. It'll be all just King of Fighters remixes. Oh man. So what do I want to plug? I know I kind of hijacked Jarrell's plug on Kineticon, but what do I want to plug? As always, I want to plug Overclock Remix. Community for video game remixes. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at OCRemix. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/OCRemix. And subscribe on YouTube. You're watching on YouTube, you should subscribe. I forgot. The Mega Man album, For Everlasting Peace, 25 Years of Mega Man.
I still haven't got my copy of that.
Oh yeah, did you send your address to?
I did months ago.
All right, we're gonna dig it out and mail you one, okay?
All right. I still don't have my copy of Balance and Ruin.
Oh, we gotta mail it to you. We'll mail it to you.
You're not gonna mail shit.
I don't mail any of that. That's all on Larry and Dave.
I can do that now. I think I've still got like one Bounce and Ruin album sitting here, so
okay, cool.
I can handle that if you need it.
So For
I never
Everlasting,
got my artist copy of that either, so we're good.
For Everlasting Peace, 25 Years of Mega Man. It's our Mega Man album. It's fully licensed. It was done in conjunction with Capcom. Buying it helps to support the site, and you get a lot of really good music for a very reasonable price. So make sure you check that out. mm25.ocremix.org. So I believe that is the end of Talkback tonight. Thanks for everyone for joining. SnappleMan, thank you for joining us. SIXTO, great to have you on finally. Yvonne, thanks for joining, even though it's like super late for you.
Yeah, late cameo.
Yeah, so
even got Harry Potter.
Yeah, someone joined.
That's probably WillRock.
Harry Potter. I don't know who that is, but he's muted, so. In any case, yeah, it's probably WillRock. Okay. So in any case, thanks for watching OCR Talkback, everyone. Remember, you can tweet questions all week with the hashtag OCR Talkback, and we will do our very best to answer them. And in any case, this is OCR Talkback. This is OCR Remix, and I'm DarkeSword, your host. And we have Flex, Ken, SIXTO, Jarrell, Yvonne, SnappleMan, and Harry Potter apparently with us tonight. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.